Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Abner here once again. In this video, I wanted to go over where I'm at with the business idea. As you can tell by the title, is it possible to build a local business without the use of the internet and build it to 5K per month? So, I'm not gonna lie, this past few weeks, brainstorming over the ideas in my head in the system, it really challenged me. I was really thinking hard, right? But as always, we always come up with a solution. And at this point in time, I have the whole structure outlined. I have the whole system. I even have the business model that I'm going to pick and choose, and the way that I'm going to go about it. Because as you saw in my last video, the Urban Navigation Intelligence System is still in its baby stages, and so it's still something that I'm experimenting with. I haven't fully practiced yet, so you guys are seeing live and in real time how I'm developing this idea and the principles that are behind it to make it happen. So one of the things that has changed is that originally, with the Urban Navigation Intelligence System, I positioned it as something to build powerful connections, be able to go to any city and build a 5K month business, and be able to attract the kind of women that you want in 90 days. The first issue that I noticed with that is that it's too broad, and it's focusing on too many things at the same time. So I decided to just choose one angle and one specific outcome. And what we've condensed it down to is essentially, if I'm going to be able to build a local business without the internet, that means that there has to be, and it's gonna be without cold outreach, without it being difficult, where this is not door to door, right? That's not what I'm doing. So what needs to happen then is that there has to be a way that I'm doing this that doesn't use the internet, but at the same time doesn't feel like I'm chasing after people. So what that meant for me is that the UNI system would focus on making that happen, client to business relationship, through relationship building. Funny enough, it's already in the name. So the way that I've condensed the outcome, the specific outcome that I'm looking to achieve with the UNI system, is becoming a known expert for a specific problem in 90 days. So we take it from level one, is that the macro outcome is building a 5K a month business in 90 days. And what that really means is, if you're building a business through powerful connections without the use of the internet, and in a way that's natural, that means you've built status in your city in a way where people recognize you as the expert for something. So we take it from that level to becoming known as an expert in your city for a specific problem in 90 days. And then from that level, what that really means is you're able to get people to talk about you. So how do you get people to talk about you, about being an expert at solving a specific problem in 90 days? And so that's the main thing. So instead of saying build a business, build powerful connections, and attract the kind of women that you want, what we're now talking about is, how do you become known as a local expert through powerful connections? And through this system and maneuvering, you will, by extension, have a life that supports attracting other things like the women that you want. So that's more so the angle that I'm on now. That way I can specifically focus on becoming known as an expert, as opposed to looking at it as three lanes: women, relationships, and money. Because again, one of the things that I struggle with, I didn't want to be known as a dating coach, and I still don't want to be known as a dating coach, which is why I'm rebranding the idea of the UNI system and what it's mainly seeking to achieve, right? And so the outline that I'm working on right now is, first, building a business myself locally, and then teaching other people how to do it. If I can learn how to do this, I definitely want to teach other people how to do it. And especially because we're living in an age where marketing is done online, right? We're living in an age where most of your online coaches, most of your business coaches, they're incorporating heavy online marketing. Now, I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but my focus and specific angle that I'm taking is, you are able to go to any city, and within 90 days, without the internet, without cold outreaching people, without cold knocking, you're able to become known as an expert in your city, right? So let me break down for me what the business plan that I've picked, how I've kind of brainstormed all of this stuff. That way you can have an understanding where I'm at right now with this idea, right? So what I did was, I thought to myself, okay, what's the fastest way I can make this happen? Then I came up with the idea of, okay, I'm just going to promote or do marketing for other guys that have businesses. That way I can help them get leads, and they can pay me based on, the leads that they get. For instance, if I can get them 4 clients, paying them $1,500 per month, that should be around 5 to 6K. And if they pay me $1,500 for every 4 clients they get, that makes me 5K a month, right? So very easy. Bam. And then I realized, I realized 2 things. I realized when it came to finding business owners, I realized finding the business owners was through relationship building, because those business owners that I ended up founding were my own friends who had businesses, which I'm like, wait a minute, I never thought of pouring into them this way, or even making use of their skills and my skills. It never even crossed my mind. So that taught me the first principle of actually building a business. It's relationship building first, especially when you're doing it without the use of the internet. It's relationship building first, and then the value comes second. So that's the main seed of principle that I'm following throughout this whole process, right? Because the business owners that I ended up interacting and finding were my friends, were people that I already had a strong relationship with. Therefore, they already had the trust in me. And pitching them the idea didn't even feel like a pitch. They were like, oh, hell yeah, bro, like, let's make it happen, right? It was very easy. And the second thing that I realized, this was the first version of this. The second thing that I realized as I started rolling this idea around my head, I was like, wait a minute. I'm currently doing door-to-door, which means I could probably go around and promote and drill the businesses or the services to clients out there and get them to invest. But the challenge is, one, having them pay that premium price, right, of $1,500, right, which might look different for different industries. That was the first challenge. The second challenge is, I realized if I made this happen, this wouldn't position me as an expert in my city. So it would violate the goal of the UNI system if I made it happen in that way. I would just pretty much be a marketing agency. I wouldn't be a go-to expert. And so I realized, in order to make this happen, I actually have to go build a consumer to business kind of relationship. So I have to be the face of something in my city, right? Or in the city of the Wilmington. So, which brought me to the second point. I looked at the business owners that I was partnering up with and looking to do this for. And it was a fitness trainer, it was a photographer, and it was a DJ, and me, right? 4 of us. And I thought to myself, how can I combine all of their ideas, still market for them, but at the same time have me as the face of the status that I'm building locally? So what I did was I pretty much took all of them and combined them into one service offer. And so the service would be 90-day event glow up transformation. So for people who have a big event coming up and they want to look good, they want to capture the moments, and they want to have a memorable night, that's what the service is for. And I'm charging $5,000 for it. And so I would be charging $5,000 for it, and then it would be as a premium package, which would justify why you're paying $5,000 for a trainer. Well, no, you're paying $5,000 for having a trainer that gets you in shape in 90 days, and then a photographer that will be with you for the whole night to capture the moments, and then a DJ that will be with you for the whole night. So that way, it makes me as the face of the business. It makes me position myself as the go-to expert in getting someone prepared for a big event. So I just took all of the business ideas and framed them into one. Now I had to do this in a way where the client get values from it and the business owners get value from it. The way things change now is for every client that comes in, $5,000 per month, I mean, not $5,000 per month, $5,000 per client, I would just split it evenly between all 4 of us. So $1,250 for the fitness trainer, $1,250 for the photographer, $1,250 for the DJ, and $1,250 for me. And with 4 clients per month, that should make all of us $5,000 per month. Essentially hitting everyone, because the goal was to make them an extra $5,000 per month. That was the promise. And then the goal was to build me a $5,000 per month business. So effectively being able to hit all birds with one stone. And the benefit that they get from this is that pretty much it would look, first of all, it would look to the consumers that these guys are part of my fulfillment team. And so this kind of angle and twist to it, I haven't even told those guys yet. I've told one person in the group, and I want to see if they're all on board with it. If they're all on board with it, then the second part comes in. How do we then go out there and actually engineer this process? That's where the UNI system comes in, right? And then what happens is once a client comes in, they make the $5,000 investment. Those guys, they don't start working until I pay them. So I would be the one paying them as opposed to being a marketing agency for them. So the way the twist has shifted now is that they would be acting as my fulfillment team, but it would still be as if I'm just bringing them new leads and they are doing exactly what they're doing and they're getting paid a lot more for it. So after all that brainstorming, I figured out the business plan, and I'm clear on it now. And I've even figured out the integration process. And so I think I'm just gonna cut this video here. So what I'm gonna start doing now is I'm going to start going out there and I'm gonna update you guys on my routine, how I'm gonna fit all of this into my routine to connect with clients in a way where I'm not cold outreaching, because I'm not gonna be doing this through cold knocking and door to door. The way that I'm going to do this is through relationship building. I'm going to go out there and build relationships with people and have them interested in potentially getting a service done like that. And then I'm going to I'm going to basically build a business through word of mouth as opposed to cold knocking, as opposed to cold outreaching people. So this is where I'm at with the business now. I'm gonna update you guys every step of the way with how I'm doing it. And if I can make this happen, I want to teach others how to do it, because I truly believe that would be a powerful skill. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. So let me know, guys, in the comments, what are your thoughts on this idea? What is a skill or a problem that you guys would love to be known for in your own city? And so that way you know it's possible to actually work towards it in 90 days, become a local expert in that city, and actually turn it into a 5K a month business. Obviously, once you are able to make 5K a month, the idea is that you can scale this process. Especially, you can now add, you know, you can now add the online aspect of it. But coming to any city and getting any business off the ground in 90 days with just word of mouth and through positioning, that's the skill that I'm working on. That's the key, right? And so let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, and see you guys in the next video.